Heal. Hi people, thank you guys for stopping by the live. Leave a comment if you like. If not, just watch the legs move. That's the whole premise, the whole goal over here is for you to watch the legs move as I move. Watch my legs move, okay? But I want you to move those arms as well. Move your body, okay? Keep moving consistently. 30 minutes each day, at least, minimum. Consistently and be persistent about it. Keep moving. Move, move, move. Look at the legs, look at the feet move. You can walk. The big craze. You can skip, jog, run, jump rope, swim, ski if you're in an area where you can ski, dance, skateboard. Dance in place. Dance all over the place. Go outside and walk around the perimeter of your home. Walk around your neighborhood a few blocks. Walk around every room of your home. There are a lot of things you can do with or without equipment. You have equipment, get on your walking pad, your treadmill, your elliptical, your stationary bicycle, your regular bicycle. I just gave you guys 15 things you can do. So do what works for you. And if you've been doing something for a few months, a few weeks to a few months, and you're getting bored, switch up. Switch it up. If you hit that plateau, your resistance training, your weight training, switch up. Switch up. And you always want to complement your muscles. If you want to work your biceps, don't forget the triceps, okay? Quads. You got to get those hamstrings back there. And you got to get those calves. You want all things equal. All things equal. You don't want to have big biceps and tiny triceps, okay? Or toned biceps and floppy triceps, or vice versa. Same with your legs. You don't want to have toned quadriceps and floppy hamstrings, or vice versa. You want everything to be equal. You want them to complement each other. You want them to complement each other. So get out. Hopefully the weather is nice where you are. Most places right now is not as hot as it was this summer because we're in fall. It's officially fall. So hopefully you can get outside. Take some deep breaths in and out once you're out there. In and out. In and out. And as always, I give you my professional, personalized disclaimer that I've given for over 2 years. Always contact your primary healthcare provider before starting, changing, restarting, or stopping an exercise program, plan, routine, or regimen. Even if you want to restart, let them know, okay? So you guys can talk about it, talk it over, talk about your fitness level, and go from there. And you not only want to talk to him or her, you want to talk to your nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, physical therapist, occupational therapist, especially if you've had any injuries in the past. Okay? Your nutritionist, your dietitian, depending on what your goals are. Your specialty doctors. Everybody's goal is not to lose weight. Some people's goal is just for fitness only, cardiovascular fitness. Okay? To keep toned. All right? To be mentally, spiritually, and emotionally fit. Because when they say that your health is your wealth, we're not just talking about your physical health. We're talking about overall. Okay? Hold 1 second, everyone. Okay, y'all, they had that music going. Hey, Shawanda. Hey, Shawanda, how you doing? Thank you for coming in the chat. I've been having some people stop through here, but they didn't say anything, but that's okay. Sometimes they just want to walk with me. I get a lot of emails with people telling me they're walking, them watching me walk. It's kind of like a imagery effect, the ASMR type of effect, except it's imagery. So, hey, I don't call them out because they don't say not to, but I just don't like to do that. But they email me and they be like, I'm walking with you. And I'll be like, good, cool. That's what it's all about. Positive people who aren't on any kind of ulterior motives, okay? Coming and walking along, being motivated to get up and move their legs. Because we want to do what, Shawanda? Work that body, make sure you don't hurt your body. Your heart is a muscle, okay? The most important muscle of your body. And like all other muscles, you need to work it. But you don't want to overwork it. You don't want to overwork it by being in competition with people. Whether that be your friend, your enemy, your frenemy, your neighbor, your classmate, your coworker, your neighbor. You want to do what you can do for you. You know your fitness level, and your doctors with an S know your fitness level. So thank you guys for coming into the chat. I hope that you get up and move for 30 minutes at least 30 minutes each day of the week. There's nothing wrong with cardiovascular activity 7 days a week. We walk every day, most of us, don't we? Right? So there's nothing wrong with getting up, walking, moving. You don't just have to walk. You can dance. Get on that treadmill, get on that elliptical. Stop letting it look at you. Look back at it and get on it. Get on that walking path. Or whatever piece of equipment that you have. Get on your bicycle, ride around the neighborhood. If you don't have any equipment, make it work. This is a step right here. This is exercise right here. Right here. Use that as a step to make it work. And again, YouTube doesn't professionally, medically, or clinically, all right, license, train, license, or certify anybody. So for those of us who do have those credentials, we have to say, please don't do anything that we do over here in Lions Pride, okay? Unless you're doing so at your own risk. And when I say that, I mean research things that you hear over here and anywhere else. Research it. Don't just go off and start rambling off stuff that you hear another content creator say. If you look at a lot of the health and fitness channels who have credentials, they aren't YouTube credentials, right? They're credentials within their state or within the country. That's how we get licensed and credentialed. We get medically trained, we get educationally trained, and then we come and share some things. Some people go into more detail. They're comfortable doing that. But I see how the way this app works. I'm going to put that, do so at your own risk. Do so at your own risk. I'm not going to say, oh, it works for me. I'll tell you, yeah. It works for me and my friends and my neighbors and the people that I've worked with. You know? But that's not the importance of the disclaimer. It's so that nobody will try and do anything that you do or say without first researching it for themselves and talking to their healthcare team. Remember, I said that the healthcare team, what? They form a circle around you. They are the atom. You are the nucleus, the most important part of that atom. All right? So they're helping you to feed your cells. Okay? They're helping you to feed your cells. So when you hear something on social media, there are some good, very reliable people on here. You know? But when you hear something, it is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. So get the nuggets that we drop and get the nuggets that you guys may drop in the chat, whether it's during the live or during the replay. Research those nuggets by using reputable sources. The .educations, the .edus, the .govs, the .orgs, the .organizations, okay? Now some of them, certain ones people feel like they can't trust them. So make sure that whatever it is, that it's reputable and you trust it. Okay? It's reputable and that you trust it. Do your research. And then you take your research to the doctors, to the nurse practitioners, to the physician's assistants, the PAs, to the therapists, physical, occupational, the dietitians, the nutritionists, and you guys have a discussion. And if any of them act like they don't have enough time, then look, I'm not going to say they're in the wrong field because maybe it's just a really busy day. So what you do is you ask your healthcare provider, look, doc, I know you get 200 people come through here within a 7 to 8 hour time span, barely get a lunch break. What is the best day for me to come in and see you when you're not as busy so that they can take more time to talk to you? Okay? So, and if they tell you, a lot of times they're going to tell you anytime. They're still going to say anytime. But make sure that you try to pin them down to the best time. You know, let them know that you need a little bit more time. You're feeling rushed. So once you've told them that, they might just stop and take the time right then. But if they can't, they should be able to at least refer you to the therapist that you need to talk to, the nutritionist, the dietitian, the other specialty doctor. Or they will tell you, okay, Fridays is half a day. And we really like for it to be a chill day. So even though it's half day, you would think we'd be busier. But hey, sometimes Monday, Tuesday, those are like, whoa. So you come on in here on a Friday or maybe a Thursday afternoon and we can talk a little bit longer. And they'll talk to you. We can talk a little bit longer. So when you're, hey Betty, hey Retirement Days, welcome into the chat. How you doing today on this Thoughtful Thursday? I'm just throwing out a few thoughts for people who, when they go to the doctor and they feel like they're rushed or that they have questions and the doctor doesn't have enough time or doesn't take time. Because what do we all think? We're going here, we're paying our insurance to see you, which is expensive, which is high probably. Then our co-pays and anything that insurance doesn't cover, we expect you to be able to talk to us. So sometimes just, they book so many people, they're just so busy like that. What we need to do is just say, look, tell me a day that you're not as busy and that I can come in here and talk to you. And when you talk to him like that, also say, now look, if I come here, I'm asking you for a specific day and time that you're usually not busy. And I know most of them don't like to be pinned down, but a lot of them, if you tell them things like that, they see how important it is to you to have a discussion about your health. They'll say, okay, well, come any particular, they may say Thursday evening, they may say Friday, even though it's half day. We're not really that busy on Fridays because it's kind of like our first day to the weekend. So come in maybe around 11. So get them to tell you a time that's better where they can take more time to talk to you. And maybe they can chart that as a wellness visit or something like that, and that you won't be charged for it. Because, you know, when you go to your doctor's appointments, you expect for them to have enough time to talk to you, because they should. But if we're going to be realistic about it, in actuality, a lot of times they don't. So ask them that, and also tell them to let you know what's the best day to talk. What is your slow day? What days are your slow days? In case you want to have a longer conversation. Now, things come up. He may tell you Thursday is his slow day, and you make your next appointment for Thursday, and all chaos breaks loose, right? That's okay. That's okay. Let him know, you know, you don't want to be charged. Sometimes it's just communication. Sometimes it's just about communication. And if you don't feel like you're being heard, let them know, and hopefully they can fix that. And if not, maybe talk to a different doctor. Doesn't mean you necessarily have to change your primary care provider, but maybe talk to one who does have more time. Maybe find one who's a friend of the family. Maybe find one who's retired. Okay, I had to mute. It's some people getting ready for the weekend. What do I tell y'all? I always say Thursday is what? The preview to the preview of the weekend, right? Friday is the preview. For some people, Friday, hey, it kicks it off. But whether it's their actual kickoff day or the preview day, either way, people out here getting busy. They're getting the fun in, okay? And Thursday is oftentimes the preview to the preview. So yes, they are loud. They're playing loud music. And you guys you would definitely know the songs, okay? Because you can hear every word coming out of their mouths. So you would definitely know the song. So I try not to mute a lot because it's just a part of the environment. I won't say a part of nature. Of course, we have those nature sounds, the birds. You know, I love to hear the birds. But we also have the motorcycles, the cars, the vroom, vroom, vroom traffic. So we just have to deal with that sometimes. We have to deal with that sometimes. That vroom, vroom, vroom traffic. See, there it is again. There it is again. It's warm today, but it's not like extremely warm. It's just warm enough. It's just warm enough. So I wasn't sure that I would come on today, but I do have about a good solid 30 minutes. A good solid 30 minutes. I got a lot of stuff to do today and tomorrow. So look, I have been busy all day, but my workout is complete. The workout is complete. So I was like, let me try to run in and fit in a walk and talk over here in Lions Pride. Hence the name of the channel. We walk and we talk. That's what we do over here. And it's great to be able to do that. If you can't, that's good too. Just as long as you're moving and you're walking. Okay? That's good. It'll be great to walk and talk, or whatever you're doing and talk. You're on your treadmill, your bicycle. It shows the level of your endurance, your stamina. Okay? But hey, some people just don't like to talk. They just want to move, and that's fine too. All right? And some people just want quiet time when they're exercising. They don't want to talk. They want to throw some headphones in, listen to their favorite music, their favorite artist, or if they're at the gym, watch their favorite show, watch the news, whatever it is that they like to watch, and they don't want to talk. If you've ever been to the gym, you'll notice that the talkative people are usually working out together, and the ones who like peace and quiet, or at least just calmness, because there's probably going to be some noise, the clinking of the machines, the dropping of the weights and things like that, the TVs, you know, they, the quieter people usually get together, or they're usually in a section. They kind of section off to themselves. So look at the legs move, watch the legs move. That's what I say over here, and that's what I'm going to continue to say. I've said this for over 2 years, so it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I know that it works. I know that it works. Because you tend to realize the people who complain the most tend to end up doing a lot of the exact same things that you do, and especially specifically say. So don't let anyone change what you do, how you do it, the way you do it. Because if you're like me, there is nothing out here that we can do that's almost original when it comes to this app, especially this app. There are a lot of people going to do the same things. We motivate each other to do the same things. But there's still a way to do anything. And you want to have your own way. We could have people out here skateboarding. You're going to have those skateboarders who are more experienced, doing some things their way. You're going to have those who are moderately experienced. They're going to do some things their way because they're all trying to what? Stand out and be different. Being different is a good thing. First of all, we're all the same. We're all human. That DNA is probably like 99.so-and-so the same when you're talking about it from that perspective. But when you're talking about your way, your vibe, your personality, you should want to be different. And don't make anybody make you feel the type of way for wanting to be different. Don't let anybody make you feel the type of way when you feel like, wait a minute, is my whole ski load being caught? Feel how you feel. It's really, really, really funny. I see so many people, adults, trying to tell adults how to do and what to do and how to feel. If you don't like the way they rock, then roll on. Y'all ever heard that? I'm telling you, I got a lot of stuff that the parents, the grandparents, the great-grandparents, my great-great-grandparents taught us when we were kids, growing up. When it came to dealing with other people, when it came to dealing with each other, you know, siblings get into it, cousins get into it. Your siblings are your first friends. And if you don't have any siblings for a while, who are your first friends? Your cousins. Maybe your neighbors, depending on how, you know, how well you guys get along in the community, or just depending on, some people get along really well. They live in great communities. But sometimes you have parents who are kind of shelter their kids. They don't really let them go out and play into the neighborhood as much. Maybe in their yard, maybe they'll have a friend or two specifically, one or two specifically, that can come and hang out, or that they can go hang out in their yards. But what they all taught me, every generation, was to be you. And even if there are things that you're going to do that's going to be exactly the same as somebody else, put your spin on it. Make it yours. Make it your way. There's nothing like originality. There's nothing like uniqueness. That's why some people call themselves unique. Even in these social media names, uniquely this, uniquely that, uniquely this person, that person. So don't let anybody make you think there's anything wrong with it. Don't let them twist it around and make you feel like you're doing something negative by wanting to keep your uniqueness. Okay? Be you. And they can rock with it, or they can roll on. But what I guarantee you is, they don't like it, but they're going to watch every move you make. Okay? So just be you. They're going to watch every move you make. So just be you. The only people you have to be concerned about in life are those people who you can physically touch, reach out and touch. Unless you're in some type of position of authority, unless you're the president of something, unless you're the vice president of something, unless you're the CEO of something. The only thing you really have to worry about, the only people you really have to worry about are the people who mean something to you, the people you've met, the people you've grown up with, the people you know and love. Not this virtual world. Not this virtual world. Y'all know I say that all the time. Now, there are some people in the virtual world that you can grow and really care about. Really, really care about. And that's a good thing. That is a good thing. I say all the time. They didn't create these networks, or these, not the networks, the platforms. They didn't create them for a lot of the things that we see or even do. They created them for what? For what the copyright said. Educational, informational, entertainment purposes only. Okay? Teaching, learning, motivating. But we have people. And what do people do? What do I say, y'all? People will what? People. People will people. People be peopling. And some people will people with you, and when you people back, it's a problem. So just keep on rocking, and let them roll on by. Let them roll on by. If you see somebody rocking a certain way, same go for you. You don't like the way they rock? Just roll on by. Roll on by. Quit worrying about a situation if it doesn't involve you. Just roll on by that situation. Because there's really nothing you can do to change it. You can talk a lot about it. You can get mad about it. And what happens? Your vitals get out of whack. Your blood pressure goes up. Your heart rate goes up. Your temperature may even jump a degree or two. Hold on. Okay, y'all, we made that lap and they were around there. They're still partying. They're still partying. Okay. I'm done for today. I did my workout earlier as usual. Well, I'll say as usual. Not all the time, but I usually do it in the morning. And then after work or later in the day, we come on here and we do what? We walk and we talk. We walk and we talk. We walk and talk over in Lions Pride. Okay? And for my gamers who are with me from the very, very beginning, email. The email is on the About section. The email is on my community wall. Email. We are doing great. We got stagnant because we left the gaming alone. But hey, they back over there. So go back and hit them. Go back and hit them. I'm sure y'all, a lot of y'all see them anyways. I didn't even have to share the link. I didn't even have to share the link. So we got three channels doing good, and we got one we're growing, okay? And y'all young folks, y'all aren't gonna want to be a part of the one that's growing. Some of you guys will. But we got 3 up and going, and we got 3. Well, actually the 4th one is up. We're just getting it going. You have to be diverse. You have to be diverse, and you have to go to other areas. Okay? Always remember that. Use your community wall. Use your community wall unless it's not feasible. A lot of times, let me tell you, certain things you don't want to put on your community wall. Okay? And it's not because of the masses, but it's because of a select few. So be careful of what you put on your community wall. It's just like we were talking about last week, streams of revenue, extra streams of income. extra streams of revenue, extra streams of income. So think of it as extra outlets, because everything isn't about money, right? Everything isn't about money. If you're a hard worker, you work, you have that. You have that. If you've been smart enough to be a good hard worker, you have that. And hard work isn't just physically. You have geniuses who work hard. Your intellect has to be expansive enough to understand that. Okay? So not just physically. Don't wear yourselves out. Not just physically. Mentally. Do you think doctors didn't work hard mentally? Scientists, researchers don't work hard mentally. Some of them have the best work schedules. Some of them get to take off whenever they want to. But at some point, to get to where they are, they had to work hard, whether it was physically, mentally, or emotionally, or spiritually. You have to put in that spiritual work as well. That's the sign of a high intellect. So I'm going to tell you guys what. Don't let people bother you. Okay? Because they will if you let them. And don't you bother anybody unless they bother you. Don't let stress people stress you out. All right? Don't let stress people stress you out. And if you find yourself in a misery lounge, grab your grip and go. Get your stuff. Get on up out of there and go back to your lounge, to your happy spot, to your happy place, where you may not be happy all the time, but you don't have to deal with somebody else's misery. And a lot of times, people aren't miserable, but they get joy out of making somebody else miserable. Okay? So if you find yourself in one of those places, go back to your place. Go back to your ecosystem where you will find equilibrium. Okay? Where you will find equilibrium. All right? You'll find homeostasis. You'll find homeostasis. And when things aren't always great, guess what? You're a lot better off at your own place than you are at somebody else's, okay? So I wish you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity. Because what? Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. And wherever those two live together, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. And just because somebody else's positivity isn't your positivity, don't allow them to make you think that you're not positive. A lot of times, the ones who fuss about it is so much, it's because they're not positive. They just want to make you be a certain way. They want you to be their way. Be your way. Be your way. You know right from wrong. You know good from bad. And you know what's positive and what's not. And sometimes what's positive for you and to you may not be positive for someone else or positive to them. Okay? So I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk live over here in Lions Pride. Come on in. You're welcome with good vibes and good intentions. Okay? Good vibes and good intentions. And being yourself. Being yourselves without trying to make anyone else something else that you want them to be. Bye, y'all.